Hello, people. This is your host and host Kranti once again back with another new What If, and this is our boy, aka one and only Izuku Midoriya Deku, was Noelle's son. Yeah, cause why not? Because our boy Deku, he kind of like cries a lot. So giving him like Noelle's power seems kind of fair, because all of his tears, the cry-babiness, is gonna become his strongest power there is, and he's gonna become epically cool. So the story begins. Basically what's gonna happen is Deku is gonna be blessed with mana. He's not gonna have a cork, but he's not gonna have a grimoire. What will happen is the water spirit Grindine, the mermaid, big mermaid looking lady, fuses with Deku, because he's blessed by the water spirit, the water god, and they're gonna fuse with him, and he's gonna have like a water spirit power. That's it. Yeah, so he's gonna have like water power. So when they were chibi little kids, the whole incident where Bakugo falls in the lake, what happens is Deku rescues Bakugo in this instance, and he makes sure that Bakugo does not die and drown. Probably like a normal. What happens is Bakugo falls down, and Deku's like, Kachan, I'm here to help you, and he creates like a water vortex. All the water disappears and grabs a hold of Bakugo and pulls and like lifts him upward, and everybody's like, whoa, Deku, you have an awesome power. You can control and manipulate water. And Deku's like, oh yeah, Kachan, see, look at my cork. And obviously Bakugo is gonna be jealous, because his whole shit is his explosion, which is basically fire. So, and Deku has like water, so it's basically like fire mixed with water. Yeah, doesn't go that well. They're gonna be like at each other's throat for a fact. So Bakugo and Deku is they grow up, but Deku doesn't get bullied by Bakugo, because Bakugo thinks like, yeah, Deku is kind of strong in his own right. He doesn't show that much, but he's hella strong for sure. So Bakugo is trying to have like a normal conversation. At the end of the school year, Deku goes to the tunnel, and then by the way, in this spot, if Deku's gonna have all the powers of Noelle, so yeah, Sea Dragon's Roar, Sea Dragon's Lairs. Oh yeah, we're gonna have that for sure. Yeah. So then Deku gets attacked by the slime, the sludge villain, and Deku is like, oh, Kimochi, and Deku is like, all the time stops, and here comes the water spirit. Yeah, like we're gonna do what happened with Yuno, where the wind spirit Swift like introduced herself like a baby to Deku. In this instance, what's gonna happen, the mermaid, the spirit of like the water spirit Grindine, will introduce himself. Time's gonna fall, and she's gonna introduce herself to Deku as like a small fish, talking fish. Yeah, why not? Yeah, we're gonna do Pokemon evolution here. He's gonna become like a talking fish, very majestic looking talking fish, might I say. It's a blue talking fish, and it's like, oh kid, you have water power, and you're blessed with great water power. Use your power. Let me enter your body and guide you how to use your power. Then the water spirit enters his body, and Deku realizes how to use his water power, then he creates like the sludge villain is trying to like get inside of Deku and like trying to suffocate him, trying to control him, and then he creates like a bright light flashes. Instead of grimoire, I said there is no grimoire. He's gonna have like written the scripture of the spell coming to his hand, and slowly it's gonna disappear. Basically it's gonna be saved in his memory, and then he creates like sea dragon's lair, and there's like a ginormous sphere of water which is like a protective dome. That's the first super move that he learns, because it was out of desperation, because he needed to survive from the sludge villain's attack, and the sludge villain is like blown away, and he's like, his eyes are glowing, kind of like Avatar state, but way more cooler and more watery, and there's like a dome of water which is contracting, and there's like, and then he uses like combination move, tentacle whip, and there's like whip, like it almost, his sea domes become like an octopus, and there's like water whips, and he just whips the shit out of the sludge villain, and sludge villain is like, no more, and Deku's like, do you think I'm done with you? I can control any kind of water and liquid there is. You are a sludge, you're made of water, most of your physical density is made of water. I'm just gonna freeze you. Then he creates like a frozen sludge. So All Might comes and he's like, whoa kid, you probably have an ice core, that's why you froze the sludge villain. That's pretty cool. And Deku's like, All Might, Nani, could you please sign my book of autograph? Could you give me an autograph? You're my biggest fan. No. Sorry. I am your biggest fan. I just mumble when I number. All Might. And he just like basically like gets like he just faints because of a fandom orgasm. Yeah, that's a thing. So he faints, and All Might is like, nice kid. And then Deku is like, All Might signs him and tells him, kid, and then he writes a note, kid, with a cork like yours, you should be a hero. I am teaching in UA High. You should apply for UA High. If you're this strong, maybe if you're strong enough, maybe we will see each other in UA High. Yeah, sorry, there's like there's some guest coming over my house. That was the doorbell. My apologies. So they are like, Deku gets to UA High. He's just like doing the entrance exam, and he like within this time frame he masters his combat. He becomes really strong. Like he gets like all of the memories of the Noelle, so he unlocks the Berserker armor. Yeah, the Berserker armor dress from Black Clover. Yeah, because he's not a chick, so he's not gonna get the Valkyrie armor. He's gonna get the Berserker armor, a trident made of water, and also like a drill made of water, like it's a jousting lance made of water, which is like almost drilling. So he has like a big bang water drill. Yeah, just can drill through that. And then he has like water katanas, ice katanas. Also has like sea dragon's roar, sea serpent, and there's like icicle rain. Yeah, it's a spell basically which he creates like an icicle, bunch of icicles falling from the above, and when they fall from above, then from that shard becomes icicle spears coming from underground. So yeah, Deku becomes OP as fuck. So yeah, he can control ice and water, and he can create ginormous spells. And the water spirit Grindini from a small carp fish becomes small little mermaid. Yeah, not a big mermaid, but a small little mermaid. Deku is like, whoa man, it's in this middle state of evolution. When is the final evolution? Then we're gonna go do mega evolution. Yeah, why not? So after this whole incident and everything, Deku is like going to the entrance exam, and the entrance exam begins. Like all the robots are attacking Deku left and right, back and forth, and Deku is like, okay, shit, I just have to like slaughter them. And what he does, he just points out his finger. Yeah, he creates a water gun. He basically what he uses highly concentrated water bullets, like water jet bullets. He basically uses a water gun but with his finger, and he's just like pew 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 pew, and they're like so strong and so fast. The velocity itself destroys the robot. Yeah, then he's like, okay, they takes a bunch of 10-point robots, bunch of 20-point robots. For the 30-point and the bigger robots, he tends to use like, okay, ice bullets. I said harder than water, so it just uses like ice bullets, and they're like color like drill. So there's like pew 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 pew. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a fun medium range attack, which is like not that lethal, but kind of packs a punch because of the velocity. And then comes the 0-point robot. The 0-point robot does this whole shindig, what she does in the original timeline, blast everybody with like humongous zoom beams, like beams of super concentrated like plasma and laser. So after that, Deku is like, okay, gotta have to use the big guns. Then he just says, Yundini, merge. Then Yundini merges, and they go to partial spirit drive. It's just blue. He has like a crown on him, and he has like a fish scale on his body, like on his arms, on his legs, on his like chest, almost like a Super Saiyan 4, but not with fur, with fish scale. It's not complete yet, and he has like a dolphin's tail from coming out of his back. Yeah, not his butt, from his back. And also there's like a cape, and yeah, the cape which bears a signa, like almost like a crest of the, yeah, it's a crest. The cape, in the back of the cape there is a crest, which strangely looks like a mermaid with 2 legs. Yeah, it says it's a Starbucks sign. For shits and giggles. No, I'm kidding. It's just a sign of like aqua, like a sea, raging sea, like a sea dragon kind of sign. Yeah, it's like a dragon, bluish dragon. The cape. Okay, so he goes to beast mode like this. Then he, like the 0-point robot unleashes his laser upon him. Then he unleashes the dragon lair, dragon's dent. Okay, but in here what will happen is there is no water, so what happens ends up being like a massive volume of water that he creates from the atmosphere itself. Yeah, he has atmospheric manipulation. So basically wherever he goes, unless it's a very deserty environment is his weakness, but apart from that he is pretty cool. Like the shinobi from the Naruto world can create literal water from nothing because of the chakra. So he's like, Deku is gonna be able to create literal water out of nothing. Maybe he can like solve the drinking water problem in future. Maybe, I don't know. But enough. I'm getting like, he creates like a dragon slayer tent, and literally it's like a spear of water which is floating, and it is like moving so fast, like the laser is not even like impacting or not even like pushing. The laser is like constantly like being like, because it's, this laser is basically like a light, so it's, the water is moving more than light speed. So Deku is basically taking the speed of the light, taking the force and the velocity of the light, and like turning into like a motion. It's moving even faster as this water sphere. The water is boiling because of the laser's heat, and Deku is constantly creating constantly like creating the more and more water in the sphere, and the laser literally is like basically like the laser is evaporating water, which is creating steam, almost like a reddish stream, and the water is moving. It's like a burning red ball of laser surrounding. Don't worry, Deku is protected underneath his inside his shell. There's like steam coming out of it, and it's like the laser is constantly going for like almost like a minute, like for going for like almost like a minute, and Deku is like doing the same process. Then the 0 Point robot stops, and Deku is like unleashes his new spell, water sea dragons roar, and he creates like a Kamehameha fist, and he's like, sea dragons roar, and there comes like a ginormous dragon, sea dragon made of water, which literally bites the 0 Point robot and crushes the shit out of the 0 Point robot with its jaw. Yeah, it's that big. And then like takes it upwards and like bites it even harder, literally destroys it, and there's like water falling from, like, he changes the weather. There's like a rain falling from above. Yeah, our boy Deku is that strong, and yet the water spirit hasn't even locked his fullest potential yet. Our boy Deku is that very strong. He didn't even go to his berserker armor yet. He just went to spirit type. He went to his berserker armor plus the spirit drive. Oh boy, it's gonna be a different story for fact. So the whole shindig happens. Everybody's like, oh, Nani is so strong, and Deku gets the result. He becomes the number 1 student, because why the fuck not? Deku, our boy Deku is strong as fuck. Deku did the whole entrance exam, and he bombasted. He literally effed the 0 Point robot so bad. Everybody's like, fuck, Nani? So after that whole incident, what happens is Deku, he becomes the number 1 student in the entrance exam. I mean, obviously, I like my OP Dekus. Yeah, everybody should love their OP Dekus. So Deku goes to the UA High, and he says like, Bakugo and Ida arguing, and Bakugo is being like, oh, Deku, what's up, mate? You here? I don't know why I do give him British accent. It's just like British accent. So Deku is like, yeah, man, yeah, I'm here. What's up with you, mate? And he's like, yeah, I'm doing cool. I'm doing good. So the whole incident happens, and after that, Deku is like, oh, okay. So Aizawa comes, and Aizawa is like, hey, everybody, come to the field. Let's have some cork apprehension test. And everybody's like, Nani? But why? And Aizawa is like, what do you mean by why? Because I want to. Because at the end of the day, if I say you're not good enough, you're not good enough. The cork of the entrance exam means bullshit to me. So after that whole incident, Deku and the whole company of the 1A student goes to the goes to the field, the school fields, and Aizawa throws the ball to Deku and it's like, alright kid, since you got the number 1 spot, I want you to throw the ball out and let's see how much farther you can see. And don't hold back, use your full potential and throw everything. And Bakugo is like, oh, Deku, you got the number 1 position? I thought it was gonna be me. And Deku is like, huh, stupid Kachan. Then Deku grabs a hold of the ball and then he unleashes Water Dragon Roar. I mean, he doesn't go to like Spirit Dive or any like full Berserker armor. Yeah, he doesn't go to that, but he goes to like basically he throws the ball and it goes pretty far, like almost like let's say 10 kilometers, something like that. I don't know how many miles is it. Hey, you American guys, Google it. I don't know, man. I don't know how miles works. Although my girlfriend is from America, but I don't know, man. Miles, I don't know that much about miles. So the whole incident happens, and Deku just grabs a hold of the ball and then he throws it for 10 kilometers. And everybody's like, whoa, damn, it's pretty far. So Deku wins in I mean, come on, he has water manipulative power and like severe water power. He's not gonna win at all of the exam, the test in the core comprehension test, but he's gonna win in pretty some. Like, I mean, he does good, so he becomes like top 3 pretty much in all of them. So he average out. Keep in mind, this is him not using his Berserker armor or his Spirit Dive. By the way, in the meanwhile, yeah, the Grindine, the water spirit, becomes like a little marmot, almost like an Ariel size marmot. Yeah, she's growing strong because she feeds off Deku's mana. The more mana Deku feeds her inch, the faster she grows and the faster she becomes and the more stronger she becomes. Yeah, it's a pretty awesome power, if I say so. So a whole incident happens, and after that Deku and the company, like Deku is doing good, and after that there is like the heroes versus villain class exam. So in that exam, what happens is Deku fights Deku and Uraraka. Okay, we're not gonna go with Uraraka here since he has water power. We're gonna go with Atsui, the frog lady. Yeah, her with Deku, and it's gonna be Bakugo and let's do something wild. Bakugo and yeah, let's do Bakugo and Ida. Why the hell not? Cause yeah. So Bakugo is like, Deku, come here. I'm gonna burn you. I'm gonna evaporate your ass to oblivion. And Deku comes and like Deku and Bakugo is like clashing. They're both using their respective power each other. Like Bakugo is like blasting Deku on point blank, and Deku just creates like Dragon's Den, and he's like unscared and he's like, Kachan, let me show you how you actually use your power. Then he uses Water Whip, and he literally whips the shit out of the Bakugo like some kind of dominatrix kind of shit. He's like, then he's like Water Octopus. Then he creates like several like tendrils, which is kind of like big, fat, wet whip. Yeah, Bakugo gets hentai'd with the tentacle monster. Like the tentacle monster hentais people, not literally, I mean figuratively. He gets hentai'd. He gets like pounded by a lot of tentacles, wet tentacles from Deku. And that is just a sad thing. So yeah, Bakugo gets tentacled, beaten by tentacles from Deku, and he's unconscious. Then he's like, ho ho ho, hero, hold. And Deku's like, so Ropey, do you want to do it or do you want me to do it? And Deku's like, yeah, what the hell, why not? So what Deku does, he throws bunch of like water, like strike some like a almost like a Pokemon hydro cannon. Yeah, it's no man. Why didn't I use water gun? Shit. Yeah. Okay, but he's not gonna use water gun because they kinda pack a punch. So he's like hydro pump, and then he like use like hydro pump, and one of this hydro pump there is hidden Atsui, the frog called Froppy, is hidden in there. And what she does, she emerges from the water, she jumps from the water. As the water is flowing down, Ida is dodging. She uses her tongue, wraps it around a pillar, then ricochets and hit butts Ida so hard that he's like knocked out. And then Deku just like uses like water slide. He uses like a speed evasion technique where he basically creates like water and he basically slides, kind of like a slippery slide, but much more. The concept is kind of like slippery slide, but much more faster and much more quicker. So yeah, he uses like a water skate. Yeah, let's see, like water flowing slide. Yeah, let's go with that. That's pretty cool. Flowing slide. Then he just like zigzags and then he touches the bomb, and All Might says, "Winner, the hero team!" And everybody is asking, like All Might is asking, so students, children's, who do you think is the MVP? And everybody says, yeah, it's gotta have to be Deku, because Midoriya used his power. Like he showed how strong he can be, and he also showed how proficient and technical he can be. And boy, oh boy, you guys don't even know how strong that is. And after that incident, we're gonna go to the USJ arc. So the USJ arc, the whole thing happens. Villains get teleported, and Deku's like, so we're gonna use so you guys even have fake villains? That's pretty cool. I was like, no, they're not fake villains, they're real villains. And Deku gets teleported into the water zone, and Deku's like, fuck you, man, fuck you guys, you guys are in big trouble. What Deku does, he creates like a massive tornado and tells Asui to like, okay, I'm just gonna create a separate water body for you. Creates like a bubble of water and tells like, grab a hold of Minata and just like go. And then Deku proceeds to create like water vortex. Okay, let's think of a cool spell name. Water vortex, brilliant tsunami twister. Yeah, that's pretty cool name. Okay, so he creates like that. It's basically like, imagine two tornadoes or two twister made of water. Yeah, basically I don't think they are called tornadoes anymore. I don't know, whatever they're called. Imagine a whirlpool, but it is not going deep, it is actually going upward, and it's just actually like crushing against another, and it's grinding up the villains. Yeah, not a fun thing at all. So he literally gets rid of the villains like this, and after that Deku grabs a hold of Asui and Minata and is like, hey, are you guys okay? And they said, yeah, sure. And Deku's like, okay, I'm gonna help there. Then he uses water. He uses the slide, like the slippery slide. No, I don't remember. I forgot the attack's name. Basically, it's the water. Yeah, flowing slide. Yes, the flowing slide. He uses that, like, he's using that, which super fast and moving there, and he's saying like right in the middle, like he's like in the middle of where he's about to reach Aizawa sensei and all the others. He could see that Aizawa sensei is on the ground, and he's like, okay, no more being nice guy, no more playing around. Then he activates the berserker armor. It's basically like scales bluish watery scales around him, a cape that has like a insignia of flowing water, crushing water. Then on top of that he has like a jousting lance, which is always spiraling and twisting concentrated water. And then he has full body armor, like a cape, and he has a helmet from where we can only see his burning red eyes looking at the vehicle, and he's like, "You guys are dead." And sorry, that is my attempt at doing death metal. "You guys are dead. And then he just like jumps super fast. In a matter of second, he just float through the area using his jumping and mana jump ability. Yeah, he uses mana jump. So, and he creates like, then his water jousting lines becomes a katana made of water. He slices through villain left and right, cutting them, slicing them. And the blade like absorbs so many blood, it became a red blade. Yeah, imagine it's like blue armor wearing like a blue hilt is a completely highly concentrated red blade made of blood and water that he made possible. And he's like, then there comes like 15 villains trying to attack him at the same time. Then the blade transforms into like a chains, like bunch of chains with hooks at the end of that. It's kind of like what Scorpion uses, kind of like that, but made of water and blood. And they just like wrapped around them, like piercing them and going through them and just constructing them. It's pretty gruesome and batshit crazy. They just decapitate them and everything. That Deku is like very, very overprotective of his friends and nakamas, so he's like killing people left and right, all the villains. Then what he does, he meets with Shigaraki and Kurogiri. And Shigaraki is like, "Quick, Kurogiri, open a portal, we can't let him get here." So Kurogiri is throwing portal left and right, and which teleports into several feet. And then Deku uses, "Okay, I see what you did, big boy." And he unleashes Water Dragon, Sea Emperor, roar! Then there's like a massive water serpentile dragon is coming out of his hand, almost kind of like Kamehameha, and they're trying to attack him. And Shigaraki is telling Kurogiri, bring out the Nomu, bring out all the Nomus, use them as meat shield. I wanna survive. We can't survive this. Because then they bring out the Nomu, and what it does, like even before fighting, like the Nomu does not even put a fight. Nomu is used like a meat shield. It just takes the full blunt of the force, and it literally cuts through the whole Nomu's body. Then the water dragon bites down like the 0 Point robot it did, like takes it upward, bites it down and chomps it down, and then there's like nothing but blood and guts left flowing from the down. And everybody's like, "Fuck, man, fuck. What the fuck did you guys do?" And keep in mind, he did not even go to full spirit drive yet. Okay. And he's like, "You mess with my friends, you mess with me. And if you mess with me, I'm gonna kill you bastards." Then Kurogiri's like, "Okay, no more playing me, Mr. Nice Guy." He brings out even more Nomus. There are two other Nomus. One has the rock power, which is like as hard as like diamond, and they can like throw rock and lava at its enemy. And another Nomu has a power of let's say lightning. Yeah, because electric Pokemon are super effective water Pokemon. That logic, I know, does not make any sense, but I mean, roll with it. Okay, because I just say electricity is his natural weakness. Okay, so he's doing that, and Deku is like, fuck, like there's two other Nomus who's like crushing like lightning at him, and Deku is like taking them. He's like his katana, or he forms a new jousting lance which he uses to like take a blunt of the impact, which shocks him, and it's like, that tickles, that hurts. If I was not in this state, I might have gotten hurt, but no more. Then he uses like a scythe made of water, and he uses the scythe to cut the hands of the electric Nomu, which actually heals. I'm like, why the hell not? Then he's like fighting, and he's going like, he's saying Grandine, let's go to spirit dive. So time stops. Grandine enters to Deku's body, and slowly time starts again. Everybody can see a very, very, very bright blue flash of light, as if like it's the depth of ocean come into luminosity. The whole Deku is surrounded by a bluish aura, almost like the sea. And then Deku has a sword in his hand, which is like a swirling sword, concentrated water, so devastatingly sharp because it's constant current of water flowing from his hand to his tip, which is really, really sharp. Then he says, ultimate spell, or no, ultimate attack, mega tsunami. Then he creates a slice, and after that slice, all water from the water area, his own water that he conjures up, and the water from the surrounding area's atmosphere pours down like a ginormous wave of tsunami. It washes everyone, and it washes Shigaraki and like Kurogiri and all the other Nomus, because Kurogiri is trying to open a portal, try to suck up and try to put it everywhere else, but it just creates massive flooding through entire tri-state area. Why tri-state area? Because I miss Phineas and Ferb. Tri-state area is washed away. It is so devastated. That one spell is so devastated. There is no sign of nothing. The whole building, the whole structure, everything is gone. They are just washed away. I don't know if they drowned. I don't know if they survived. They just washed away. And all the other heroes, including All Might, who are coming to rescue, they are also severely washed away, and they're trying to be like well, Deku actually made sure that this spell only hurts the enemies, not the people who he considers friends. So people who are actually his friends, they can actually breathe through the spell, but it's still a lot of force. But the people who are not his friends, they can't breathe, they actually drown, and they are washed away like, I mean, I don't know if you ever been to sea or not. Try putting a grain, or try putting like a straw, like a doll made of straw and twig into the sea. It's gonna disappear. And now try putting that, now try putting a doll made of straw and twig in front of a fucking tsunami. Yeah, it's like that. They're done for. I mean, if they survive, it would be for a miracle, because Kurogiri opens up a portal, transports himself and both Shigaraki to the villain's hideout, and villain's hideout is fucked just for 1 second. All of the overflow of water just fucked that place. It's like it became like a natural source of spring. No, it's not spring, sorry. Natural source of a lake. It is that much water. Yeah, so Deku, that's his ultimate spell. Mega Tsunami! Oh, yeah, that's ultimate spell. He will have several ultimate spells. Don't worry about it. So, he is like literally doing that. And after that whole incident, everybody's like shocked. Like, this kid is too dangerous. He's like extremely powerful. He should not, like, he's just too damn fucking OP. People can't beat him. It's just a fact. People can't beat him. So they go their separate ways, and all the people and Deku, they're like, all the students are like, fuck, I'm never gonna mess with him. I'm never gonna mess. Even Todoroki, who was like, okay, I might fight with this kid, he's scared. Like, he legitimately scared the shit out of the pro heroes, let alone the heroes, and he's not even at his full maximum power yet. We were at the USJ arc, and Deku just wiped the shit out of every bloody villain there. He created a freaking lake there because he went to Spirit Drive. Yeah, he went to like full Spirit Dive, not like complete Spirit Dive, but he went to his like water, like Berserker armor, not Valkyrie armor, his Berserker armor mode complete, like full Berserker mode armor complete. He still hasn't gone to Spirit Dive on top of that. So after that incident, the sports festival arc, Deku doesn't participate. I mean, come on, it's just gonna be if he participates, him being the OP-ness that he is, the chat that he is gonna wreck the shit out of every single person. That's why he's not gonna participate. What's gonna happen is he's gonna do commentary with present mic. He's gonna do color commentary or something like, okay, yeah, this did that. And after that ceremony ended, so All Might and Nezu is gonna come and it's like, we have a hero here who was in UA High, who is in UA High, but I think he's ready to go pro. Yeah, we're not even gonna let him be a provisional hero or anything. He's gonna get his pro hero license. And yeah, I know he's a little bit young, but he is a super house and he's super mature. Why the hell not? Deku is kind of mature for his age with the current anime. So in this timeline, he's also gonna be a little bit mature. So yeah, he's kind of mature for his age, and he's also mature with his with the way how he conducts things. So we're gonna just give him the pro hero license, but before that we're gonna give you a demonstration. By the way, in the sports festival arc, Kirishima wins. Why not? In this timeline, Kirishima wins because after noticing his manliness of water power, Kirishima becomes like, he achieves Red Riot Unstoppable for like 30 minutes. He can unlock that. So our boy Kirishima ain't no slouch either. He is a strong boy. Like Red Riot Unbreakable form for 30 minutes. Yeah, no one's beating that boy. He's strong as fuck. So yeah, so after that statement, Nezu said that, and All Might is like, yeah, he's gonna fight top 10 pro heroes along with me. And then Nezu says, welcome to former student of class 1A, Izuku Midoriya, the hero Sea Emperor. Oh yeah, Sea Emperor. I mean, like, we're not gonna call him Aquaman or Ocean Master because copyright. We're gonna call him Sea Emperor. Yep, he's gonna come, and Deku just does like a he just jumps. He uses his water proportion power. He just like shoots himself like a stream of jet. Then he shoots. He just like goes upward. Then he does like a superhero landing, fist on the ground, and he does that. And as he doing that, there's like a almost like a small breeze of rain. Like, it's not like super hardcore rain, it's just tiny little bit of like, for 1 second there's like some water falling from, sorry, that's my chair, it's kind of squeaky. So there's just like rainwater falling from every direction, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna do that, and he just does a superhero landing. All the heroes like Miracle, Hawks, Endeavor, and All Might, Best Genius, Snipes, Cementos, all the like top 10 heroes, they come and they are trying to fight Deku, and it's a spectacle. Like, it's like live stream, like it's like 10 against 1, 10 against bloody fucking 1, and Deku starts the match, and then Nezu says, well, begin. And by the way, Midnight tries to make him sleep, but then he coats himself with water aura. It's like a spirit, it's kind of like, or like mana sphere. It's kind of like mana zone, not mana spheres. Damn, it's been ages I have seen Black Clover. Yeah, it's kind of like mana zone. His aura is like letting, like, there is no kind of like psychological or any like form of foreign element which can affect him. So that she's useless. So after that, immediately Deku says, your power is useless to me. And he uses, what he does, he creates like, he uses his water gun, pew pew, and they hurt her like constantly. He's using like pew 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 pew, and it's just like, he's just like blasting water bullets, like very very super fast concentrated water bullets everywhere. It's like he takes out Midnight, and after that he and Snipe goes on a battle spree with like water bullets. Meanwhile, Endeavor and all the other heroes, like Mirko is trying to kick him, Hawks is trying to like put his feathers and stuff like that. He's just like dodging them left and right and everything. He uses like, while he's using his water bullets, he coats himself with the sea dragon layers, like sea dragon layer, dragon's dent, stronger spear, much more stronger. He's floating up there, and then he tells Undine, the water spirit, Undine, I think it's time. He doesn't activate his Valkyrie Berserker armor, water armor yet. What he does, he says, Undine, I think it's time. Let me show my trump card. By the way, before doing that, he takes care of Snipe, Cementos, and Best Genius. I feel like they would be going super fast. I mean, why the hell not? Because there is Hawks, Endeavor, and Mirko and All Might. All Might and Mirko being like kind of like a melee fighter, and Hawks and Endeavor being like they can like fight from medium distance and also from like far away distance. They're kind of like they're not like a up close and personal kind of fighter. They're more of like okay, I'm gonna fight you like little bit of distance. They're like projectile fighters. So it's gonna be fun how he deal with both of them. So it's 4 against 1. What happens is he goes to full spirit dive, and when he goes to full spirit dive, there is a crown. Oh yeah, he has a armor kinda like he has a armor kinda like Aquaman's, like, the if you've seen the Aquaman movie, the old king, the main Aquaman, he has armor like that, and he also has a freaking trident on his hand. On his one hand, it's like the trident is made out of water. Yeah, it's like a trident made out of concentrated water, and he's like surrounded by a water aura, like a continuous stream of aura and a sphere of water. It's kind of like how Ash Greninja first time happened before their like complete like a shuriken on the back. He's gonna have a water, and he's gonna have like a water aura around him. And if you've seen Pokemon X and Y Z, you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of one of the most, like, when Pokemon goes to Super Saiyan mode. Yeah, he has like that, and he has like a blue armor, like bluish, not armor, sorry, we're gonna give him a blue robe. Yeah, he's gonna wear like a blue robe and like a waterish blue robe, and has like a water aura armor, and he has like a trident made out of concentrated water. Right after that, when he goes to Spirit Dab, everything in the vicinity goes blue. He has like such a strong bluish aura. It is immensely beautiful and immensely strong. Then he picks up his water trident, and instantaneously, in a matter of seconds, he throws it to Endeavor. Because Endeavor, I mean, boy, is a fire guy. He's fighting a water guy. Do you know what happened to fire when it's submerged with water? Death. Instant death. I mean, he's not gonna kill him, but he's gonna like throw the trident, and the trident is gonna go so fast and so like quickly, and Endeavor is gonna go like Prominence Burn plus Ultra. He becomes like the fire Beyblade he was the Nomu fight, and he goes like plus Ultra. He unleashes his blue flames. They are extinguished in a matter of 1 second. They're extinguished, and Endeavor, the water trident hits him and then binds him and puts him into like a water cocoon, which basically what it does, which knocks him down, like literally suffocating him so that he would be unconscious. And after he's suffocated and unconscious, then the water, because he cannot control water, he can control the molecule structure of water and change the water into pure oxygen, and use that oxygen to pump his blood all over his organ. So he is gonna be submerged in water, still gonna survive, because it's all of his, because when you're inside water and you cannot actually gain the oxygen from air, your blood doesn't move to other organs and everything. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but that's the science that I know. So you die essentially out of lack of air, lack of oxygen. But he is gonna change the property of water, because water is made out of H2O. Come on, so there is O in there, there is oxygen in there. So he's gonna change the property of water. Oh yeah, he's gonna change the property of water and literally pump the blood in his bloodstream after knocking him down. It's gonna be a matter of milliseconds, or no, it's gonna be a matter of nanoseconds. He's gonna be alive, but he's gonna be like occupied. He's gonna be like captured. He's basically in a water capsule. Okay, water capsule. If you've seen Dragon Ball Z, the healing pot of the Saints or the Freezer Force uses, it's gonna be kind of like that, without the what the hell is that? Without the thing that you use to breathe in, okay? Without the breathing tube. But after that, he's gonna just do it, and after that, he's gonna clear it and everything. Like all the heroes are amazed by it, like All Might, Mirio, and like Hawks are like, fuck, this kid is fucking strong. This kid is hella strong. So Mirio and All Might, they're going like full throttle combat mode on him, and they're trying to like attack him, and he's like, that's a wrong idea. So he quickly like uses flash steps. I don't know if you seen Bleach, you know what I'm talking about. Flash steps. He basically like disappears, gets behind them, and then his trident transforms into a sword, like a water sword. Oh yeah, then he uses his water sword, then this slashes him, and as after the water sword slashes them, they're like, their wounds are like cauterized because it is so hot, and they take majority of their blood from the wound. The water sucks the blood up, and it becomes like this. It's a very, very dangerous technique. It's kind of like blood bending in a way. Oh yeah. Oh man, why did I'm gonna use that blood bending technique. Oh yeah. It comes Hawks. He is firing like projectiles, his feathers and stuff from like bunch of like debris at him from here and there, for which Cementos made. And what Deku does is like, okay, I'm gonna have to use my mana zone and my mana sphere. And what is the best way to use that? When I use my berserker armor. Because if you've seen the Black Clover anime, when Noelle uses her Valkyrie dress armor, she can flow. She can bloody flow in the air with her water power. So what he does on top of his spirit dive, partial spirit dive, it's not the full spirit dive, he uses mana zone berserker armor. Then on top of his robe, it gets the armor, the berserker water armor, the blue armor with the sigil, the crown on the top, the partial crown on the top becomes a full crown. With his right on his left hand there is the trident. With his right hand there becomes the javelin, which becomes into a shield. Oh yes. No, sorry. In his right hand, and with his left hand there is the trident, and in his right hand there is the shield of Aquarius shield. Oh yeah. And also there's like a robe inside the armor. The berserker armor has like a silverish water. It's still blue but not extremely blue, where the robe, the spirit dive water, is like extremely blue, like super duper blue. So yeah, that both type of water are mixing together with him. Yeah, it's like spirit water mixed with his mana zone water creates a freaking symphony. It's like, and his trident is like super blue, where his shield is like silverish blue, not completely blue but silverish blue, and he has both. And there is like a cape on the sigil, and the sigil of Undine, the water spirit, the logo of a maiden bearing water from a pitcher to the ground, that is utilized. And he's like, mana zone spirit dive activated, the king of sea. Oh yeah, he is a shield and trident. And then what he does, since he activated that, he has super fast mobility. By the way, All Might and Miriko are still not down for the count. Miriko is a little bit, but All Might is like going plus ultra 1,000,000,000%. He's trying to punch him with the punch that almost changed the weather, and Deku catches it. And Hawks on the flank is trying to outflank him and throws debris at him, like a shit ton of his feather, with the catching of debris at him like boulders and stuff. And Deku, he uses his shield to block All Might, and then his trident, which becomes into like a whip, uses his whip to like whip the shit out of the feathers. And after that he captures Hawk with the whip on his leg, yanks him down. Then his shield, he thrusts thrust them with the shield, which becomes like a javelin, which is almost like a drill. Then he, like All Might, it's like All Might is in front because he's gonna take the blunt of the force. Behind him is Hawks, and then he just like thrusts them, like he uses his drill to thrust them so hard and so outside that they are outside of the arena. Yeah, same rule apply. He just has to knock them outside of the arena and they're done for the count. He just knocks the shit out of them, touch the wall, and he's like, okay, boom, I'm done. Then he uses their body to jump on them and jumps on them, and then it creates like a massive crater, like a feedback. It's almost like a feedback. You know how when you do like a superhero jump, there's like a massive recoil feedback which destroys the property there or the footing that you're standing on. So yeah, it's kind of like that. And after that, he uses goglet. He uses like a goglet. Then he hits Mirio on the. He was about to hit her on the jaw. It's like, "See, Emperor, 1,000 tsunami punch." He was gonna hit her with that, and Mirko says, okay, shit, I gotta have to give up, and she gives up. So Mirko is the last person who gives up, and Deku is announced as a victor of this doubt, and everybody's like awestruck, the media and everything. They're like, fuck me, who is this kid? This kid just took All Might. And then they all of the media members, the pro heroes are just like humoring him, they're not going full time against him. But deep down they know they're going full 100%. All Might even he unleashed his like Texas Smash, not United States of Smash, but Texas Smash, which changes the weather. Deku just blocked it with a shield, didn't even flinch. He just stood there, blocked it, didn't do anything. It didn't even flinch him 1 centimeter or even 1 inch. That much strong our boy Deku is, man. He's hella fucking strong. Then after that, they announced the winner, and the newscast, he's undoubtedly strong, but the heroes were taking easy on him. Yeah, like the same thing that happens with Mr. Satan with Dragon Ball, because Mr. Satan always wins. The same thing happens with him and them. And after that, they all, like Deku gets his hero license. He's gonna be he's gonna get a very uncommon license. It's like temporary hero license. Yeah, it's kind of like temporary license that you have, kind of like a paper that you get before getting your actual license. He's gonna get a temporary hero license, and he can patrol and everything, but with the supervision of a hero. It's kind of like a hero study, but he can actually fight and combat the situation. He has a temporary hero license. Yeah, he has full autonomy, but he has to be supervised by a actual full-fledged pro. He can do anything he wants regarding hero work, but he still has to do, and he gets the salary. So win-win-win. Not the full salary, but little bit, like 80% amount of salary what a pro hero would do. So everybody knows Deku from the TV and broadcast, and they're like, fuck man, this Z Emperor is cool. He is way fucking OP. And All For One is like, fuck, I have to deal with this kid. So after that, all the training arc, Deku doesn't participate. He doesn't need to. He just patrolling with, let's say, yeah, he's gonna patrol with, man, what's the hero's name? I forgot his name. The old guy. Fuck, I forgot his name. No, let's just say he patrols the hero with the water hero. Water hero. And he goes to the training arc after hearing that all of his friends are like attacked. They have like a signal which Deku can they can activate and which after activating, Deku will know that they're in danger, and he activates his water like berserker dress mode, and he just like goes there immediately, like supersonic. Not even supersonic, he goes like his speed is kind of like a not a typhoon. Speed is kind of like a let's say his speed is kind of like a stream of water. No, that's too much. Since he has magical power, when he accesses like the speed, goes to like his berserker dress mode on top of his spirit type, he goes to speed, like he can when he uses that power, that's the one weakness, the whole Earth's oceans, they stop flowing, because he has the speed of the whole oceans, he has the speed of the 7 seas. Yeah, let's do that, because it's a little bit magical and I like it. So he uses that power, he has the whole 7 seas of speed. I think that's pretty freaking fast, pretty close to light speed. So he goes there immediately. Then he sees Muscular trying to kill Koda, and Koda has water power. He's trying to splash water. Then Muscular's like, boy, you have puny water, your jet stream can't even hurt me. And Deku is like, oh yeah, but mine will. Then he uses his motion hands, like puts them like a Kamehameha, and he's like, Sea Dragon's Roar, Ultimate Dragon, Ultimate Sea Dragon's Roar, Ultimate Twister. And there's like a sea dragon coming up, like not one, 5 fucking sea dragon coming out of, and they're like constantly spiraling. They're like biting Muscular. Every bite, they're like kind of like raw meat thrown to hungry animals, and they're like ripping them like crocodiles, ripping their kill from every angle. Yeah, Muscular is fucked like this. And Mustard and everything, all Mustard with his fog thing, Deku just like, okay. Then he uses his water flow power. Then he uses like a water tsunami power, which is so freaking vast that there's like a flood. And Todoroki is like, shit, I can't use my fire ability here. But I'm gonna take advantage of his water and freeze the shit out of everybody. And he freezes everything. Then Moonfish, the guy with the teeth power, tries to attack. Tsukuyomi is like, fuck. Tsukuyomi takes him because I like Tsukuyomi. I gotta have to give him a boy. But when he gets out of control, Deku is like, okay. He instructs Bakugo and Todoroki to use both of your flames and fire, and then he also carries some flash grenade, because why the hell not, uses them and gets control of Dark Shadow. And after that incident, still Bakugo gets kidnapped, and Bakugo is gonna be like, they are gonna plan, and Momo is still gonna like use the use their microchip, and and the guy who like solders things, he's gonna still put the tracking chip on them, and they finds out about the location of where Bakugo is. And after that, it's gonna be the big fucking fight. Deku doesn't give a shit about the Pro Hero or anything. He says, tell me the location. Are you gonna come with me, guys? Kirishima, Todoroki, Momo, these 4 goes. Kirishima, because Deku likes Kirishima, and he thinks he's one of the strongest, and he is the winner of the he can last unbroken, like Red Riot unbroken form for like several hours now. And it's even harder than Diamond. And like he can like withstand like several blows from Deku when he's in his normal mode, not on his like super mode, but he can withstand blows. So that boy is strong, he can withstand that. And after that, there is like Momo, because she has the location, and Todoroki, because I mean, come on. Todoroki's cool. He has super... Like, if Deku wasn't OP, he's pretty damn OP also. It's just Deku is way fucking OP. Too much fucking OP. And after that, they go and they try to rescue, and Deku just beats the shit out of everybody. He goes to like spirit dive mode and beats them left and right, kills them, everything, uses his like trident to man them. He doesn't even use Valkyrie armor, Berserker armor yet, but he's gonna use it. All for One comes out, and All for One is like, you pathetic brat, you are ruining everything that I have made over the years. It's time for you to die. Let the grown-up handle it, and I'm gonna kill you, brat. I'm gonna put you to sleep. It's past your bedtime. So Deku and All for One is gonna fight. So Deku is gonna like fight with All for One, and All for One says like, Kozo, you kid, you have no idea how strong I am. And Deku said, oh yeah, if you think so, well, you're about to find out something that you haven't found out. So All for One goes to his big hand form. So he transforms into his big form, and then he bombards Deku with like a lot of shockwaves. And Deku says, Berserker armor activate. Oh yeah, he has the Berserker armor around with him, like the cape and everything, the sigil of a maiden, like maiden pouring water from a pitcher. Yeah, he has that armor, and with the Berserker armor, he has he has like the like a jousting lance on his, like a drilling jousting lance on his hand. Then he takes and then he activates Sea Dragon, ultimate spell, Sea Dragon's Lair, Sea Emperor's Lair, Dent. Then he creates like a massive, like a big concentrated dome of water, which has several spiraling typhoon, which like takes the shocks, like shockwaves, really well. I mean, he gets a little bit pushed back, but he still takes care of them. He still like, gets the shit done. Then he's like, oh, so it seems you pack a punch compared to the other people. Then Deku's like, okay, how about this? Let's see if you can handle my stuff. Then he activates his new spell, a new spell that is Javelin of Sea Serpent. Then he just uses his like jousting lance, then he throws it out super duper fast, and it's like a massive drill. It's going around. It just like literally like gets into All for One, and All for One is like, oh fuck. And then there's like several, like out of the end, the handle of the lance, there is like several water sea serpent comes out of it, and then it just like bites All for One back and forth. Takes like it takes two of his feet and two of his hand, and All for One is like, oh, fuck, he has no hand, no feet, he's like has like a water, and All for One's like, okay, fuck, this kid is way too much. Then he uses his teleportation quirk, gets up, floats, and then he uses his regeneration quirk, hyper regeneration quirk, by the way, not normal regeneration quirk. So he activates his hyper regeneration quirk, which is like healing his body, but still the wound with All Might, that last fight that he had with All Might, it's not completely permanently healing, but it is like healing. Then he has a face and everything, and then he's like, okay kid, I'm serious. Then he uses his shockwaves like muda, and Deku just like, okay, I gotta have to get serious. Then he says to Undine, go to spirit dive. Then the spirit dive happens. He has a big flowing cape. The mermaid, two mermaids. Oh yeah, two mermaids holding a trident, one mermaid holding a trident in one hand and a pitcher of water on another hand. He has the trident on his left hand and the shield of, and then he has the berserker shield on his left hand, on his right hand, and he has like this. He goes like he's glowing like at the, he's glowing so much that he's blue like the Avatar. I meant the movie and also the TV series. So he has that kind of power, and he's also like hovering above, and he, in this state, he has the speed of the 7 seas. I know the 7 seas stops, but he has the speed. So Deku is dodging them all, like completely dodging them all. And then, by the way, one thing I forgot to mention, Undine is fully grown when he goes to Spirit Drive along with the berserker armor. Oh yeah, our boy is hella strong. Oh yeah, he has like a fish, like a scaly armor all around him with like a really dark blue kind of, like a darkish ocean blue, and his berserker like the berserker armor, it has like a silverish bluish kind of thing. So he has like a combination of both around him, part silverish blue, part ocean blue. Then he is dodging all the space and everything. Then he transforms his shield into a sword. By the way, his spirit dive only lets him use his trident. It cannot transform. Where his berserker armor, it's a versatile weapon, it can transform. And then he uses like a whip, a water whip. Then he slashes down several times, kind of like a lightsaber whip. He slashes down several times, and still it's hurting him a lot. All for one, but All for One is still not budging. So he's like, ultimate spell, combination of ocean. Then he uses the trident. He puts it on the shield. It's some Power Ranger kind of shit where they combine their weapon. It's kind of like that. They combine the weapon. It becomes a freaking scythe of water, and then he transforms. Then he says, ultimate weapon, the sea, the god of sorry, let's see, ultimate weapon, the Dead Sea. Oh yeah, the Dead Sea. So he uses his scythe, and when he uses the scythe, it's a big scythe. He uses, like, he just like dodges him, and then he goes back, and then he cuts the head with one sweeping motion. After cutting the head, he literally sucks all the blood, traps it in his seawater. Then he disperses the blood into atomic levels so that he can't even regenerate. That kind of strong, that is the kind of strength that our boy Deku has, which is kind of ludicrous, but oh well, it's our boy Deku. He can do a lot of shit. Why not? Why the hell not? We're gonna let him do that. So he does that, and after that, everybody's like, oh shit. And all the heroes and All Might is like, oh shit. He took care of the avatar of evil? The fuck? That kid is strong as fuck. Then he goes to, like, in this state, by the way, his eyes are glowing blue. He has a bluish aura, like kind of like Super Saiyan blue, kind of like that, but bluish aura. Then he has his weapons and everything. Then he's like, it is done. Then he says, he gets a hold of the head and show it to the camera and everything. It is done. Villains, I am coming for you. Your champion is done. If you do not surrender, I will put you to your permanent end. That all the crime rate decreases so much that bro, they have become kind of lazy. They don't need to work and everything. In the meanwhile, the Metal Liberation Army and the Yakuza is trying to, like, they have joined forces, and they try to, like, eliminate Deku. They even, like, shoot him with the cork erasing bullet. Nothing happens, obviously, because our boy Deku, he doesn't have a cork. He has mana. It doesn't affect him. Just he doesn't need any grimoire, because he can, I mean, that's just the creative liberty that I took. He doesn't need any grimoire, but he has mana. So the cork erasing bullet doesn't do shit to him. And meanwhile, Kirishima and Kirishima and Bakugo with Midnight takes care of the Yakuza. Because, I mean, come on, in every of my what if I give Bakugo shit. So this time I'm gonna give Bakugo and Kirishima some shining moment. He takes care of them. Kirishima is unlimited Retorayoto unbroken Diamond Heart. He uses a diamond heart. That's his move, because he is a very manly character. He uses diamond heart. He demolishes everything, and Bakugo is like, how's our impact? 10,000 kiloton! And then he uses like a humongous, and the mutated Shiozaki, that the Yakuza overhaul that is, it's completely defeated. I'm like defeated and everything, beaten. And then after that, the heroes, like the Metal Liberation Army versus the heroes, that kind of stuff happened, where Deku, he is saying that, okay, call me when you need me, because I need to beat some, I'm not gonna do that and everything, because Deku is patrolling the coastal area where there is like a massive tornado, a tsunami. He just like takes care of that tsunami with another tsunami that he creates. It's like a tidal wave against a tidal wave, which is, he's literally like stopping a natural disaster. He's like that level. Like, if you have tsunamis, Japan, as long as he lives, or any country that as long as he lives, is never gonna have tsunamis or typhoon or tornado, because that boy can control the sea. He's the lord of the sea. Deku is the lord of the sea. The sea emperor, the lord, no, he's the lord of the sea. Oh yeah, he's the lord of the sea. So after that, like, the heroes versus Metal Liberation Army happens. I know I've been giving the pro heroes a bone. All Might, Mirio, and Kirishima, Bakugo, and Todoroki, they take care of them. They take care of the evil, like powerful Doofenshmirtz. You don't get this joke. It's Redestro and everything. Every his goon. They captured him. All the crime rates in Japan, it dropped significantly, because our boy Deku, he just killed the symbol of villainy on live TV and decapitated his head and threatened, if you don't stop, villain, I'm coming to get you, and I'm gonna do this, because I have beaten your champion. Single hand-to-hand combat, severely, without even breaking a sweat. So no evil, no matter how strong they are, will never, ever survive my wrath, the wrath of justice from me. Oh yeah, I know. Deku becomes the number one hero within months, 2 or 3 months becoming a hero. Then all the heroes are like, okay, Deku is the number one. He's the new symbol of peace, and he is the symbol of justice. He has overwhelming power. Nobody can beat him. And then Deku is like, okay, he is only called when there is natural disasters. Otherwise, he is not called at all. His job is to control natural disaster, petty robbery, bank stuff. He doesn't need that. His sidekicks can do that. Bakugo, Todoroki, Kirishima, them being his sidekicks, yeah, they can take care of that. He doesn't need that. Yeah, and he forms a hero agency, which is called the sea emperors, the Lord of Oceans. No, the four seas, because he has four, like three sidekicks, and the four seas hero agency. Oh yeah, that's a weird name. So this is where I'm gonna get off, but before I go, I say this: Deku becomes the number one hero, and there is no crime, and everything stops, and Deku is like, okay, I've done my due, and this is where my story ends. And then he finishes his journal telling the story to all of his grandkids. Because Uraka and Momo and Deku gets this time, and he lives a very, very healthy, very, very happy life, and a very long life, because he is still like the number one hero, still in his 80s, still the Sea Emperor, still the best of the best there is. And yeah, Momo gets some coffee and is like, honey, come on, let's not bore the grandchildren with the news, with this story. And by the way, his descendants, all of his children's and all of his grandchildren's, they have amazing, like, power, mana-based power, not core, mana-based power without grimoire. Some have water power, some have ice power, some have fire power, some have wind, some have. So Deku single-handedly like created the new evolution of humanity, where Cork develops into mana without grimoire. Yeah, so this is your host and those Kranti saying tada, bye bye, signing off. And before I go, remember this: sharing is caring, and subscribing means you love me. And also, it's been a pleasure saying this story. I'm gonna be more like, I know I made a promise that I'm gonna upload more, and I haven't been doing that, but I will make sure to upload a video tomorrow also, and I'm gonna do that, so don't worry. I'm a man of my words, and I'm gonna do that. And check my other videos if you like them, please. And somebody also gave me an idea, where Adnan's What If, he gave me an idea to say, what if Deku had a Pokemon's summoning Cork? I'm gonna do it. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna also try to use that idea with Naofumi, because I want to do Shield Hero What If, because why not? I want to branch out, and I'm a big fan of Golden What Ifs, and he's an inspiration why I want to do Shield Hero What If, Naofumi What If. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. And yeah, so also I'm gonna do music stuff in the future. Please check them out, anime song covers and everything. So yeah, this is your host and those Kranti saying tada, bye bye, signing off. And remember this very carefully: sharing is caring, and subscribing means you love me. Tada, bye bye, signing